Peace, and blessings. I want to welcome you all back for another great interview. My name's Celebrity Interviewer. I said it, and this is the show. And I have the great pleasure of always being able to bring you some of the people, greatest people in the entertainment industry over the years, and people as well that has been building the community. And this is a person that's been doing both actually, and he's actually the CEO of dot hiphoptv.com. He's had the pleasure of working in this industry for over 25, going on 30 years, man. This man is a legend, man. You think he's not, man? The E40's demo tape and MC Hammer's demo tape was on his desk. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you know what I mean, when he was an A&R. You know what I mean, when he was growing up early in this game. I like to welcome the man Shawn Granberry. Peace, sir. You know what I mean. Welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you, my
Welcome,
brother. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Glad to be here.
definitely, man. I don't know why it was so hard for me to get that out. I'm with it.
Oh
I need to
no,
drink
no,
some water.
no.
Hold
Don't trip. You know, we
on.
brothers. We brothers.
Excuse me. Definitely, everybody that's tuned in right now, I definitely want to welcome you all back. Definitely share this video wherever you're watching from, whether that's my YouTube, Facebook, or even our friends over at urbangrandtv.com. You can see it live at YouTube. I said the management. Now, with that being said, let's get straight to this interview because this man right here has done so much in the industry and is really a pioneer. And we're gonna talk about everything.
All right.
So for me, I just want to talk about first, how I met you. I had the pleasure of meeting you just 1 year ago at an event that you put together. We see right here this NBA Fathers Gospel Lunch. Man, that was a great event. Great event.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. My brother Tony Jordan invited me there. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for him, there's no way that in the universe that I would be doing this interview with you right now. You know what I mean? Because that's just how it works. You know what I mean? He opened the door, and because he opened the door, I stayed in contact with you. You know what I mean? Over the year, and slowly but surely, you know what I mean. We here, and it's my great pleasure, brother.
Well, Tony's my connection to Chicago. Between Tony and Sister Africa, that's how I'm completely connected to Chicago. I got a little bit of family there, but it's Tony and Sister Africa that keeps everything connected for Hip Hop TV and me personally with Chicago.
I wouldn't know where to start when it comes to Sister Africa, but she's also a great friend of mine, and I love her too. You know what I mean? So I was gonna leave it at that. But yeah, Sister Africa does really great things in the community, all over the country actually, the rural. So I'm just happy to know her and happy to be her friend too.
Yeah, she's a powerful sister. Sister Africa and I co-host a show together on Hip Hop TV called Solutions Only. So
Right.
not only are we great friends, but we work together too. So uh, 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 very
Yeah.
talented sister.
Yeah, I was surprised when I had saw the flyer and saw you all was working together. I was like, oh wow, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? She knows Shine.
yeah. We met years ago at a Rainbow Push event, and it was me, Sister Africa, and Michael Collier, the comedian. We
Right.
went to the Big Nation restaurant together for an event after a Rainbow Push convention event. Sister Africa took us to one of the nation's and we went and had a wonderful lunch together. So those were exciting times.
Yeah, I bet, man. I bet. You know what I'm saying? Rainbow Push. Shout out to Jesse Jackson Jr. and everything. I'm sorry, Jesse Jackson, everything he does for that.
Yep. Keep hope alive.
That's right. It's only one way. It's only one way.
Right.
So man, let's talk about these Oakland days. You know what I mean? You reside in Oakland, California, you know what I'm saying? Was that born and raised, right?
Born and raised. Uh huh. Come from a music industry family.
Okay.
So I had a very, very exciting childhood. Very exciting childhood.
Yeah, with that being said, I'm sure it was very exciting. Off camera, you told me a couple of stories, but I know your mom, she's a legend herself, and she just recently received an award or recognition as well for can you speak about that? I'm trying to
Yeah. So
find
my mom is an incredible, incredible woman. She, you know, has done so much in her life from business. She was the CEO of my uncle's company. So she helped bring you in Vogue, Tony. A lot of work with Club Nouveau. Um, she was instrumental in building a recording complex. My uncle, who's Thomas McElroy, producer, singer, songwriter. Uh, so it's a 20,000 square foot warehouse facility with four studios in it, lofts, office facilities. So
wow,
that's owned by my uncle, but my mother was primary in putting that whole deal together. So incredible woman. But for that award, she was inducted into the Castlemont High School Hall of Fame, her high school Hall of Fame. So very proud of mommy.
definitely shout out, salute to your moms. Definitely salute to your mother. Um, Now, with that being said, growing up in Oakland, California, coming from such a strong background, with, like you said, coming with entertainment and music, um, can you just tell me about, what it was like, going all the way back to grade school? Because I like to go back to where people's confidence was built,
Okay.
their self-esteem, and how it changed over the years and how it elevated. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see, like, I know you was on the basketball team early. So can you speak about, grade school? You know what I mean? Being on the
Right.
basketball team and just being a competitor from then.
Yeah, very important for me. So I went to a Catholic called St. Pascal's. It was in East Oakland. Incredible school. I mean, with so much love from our teachers, the parents, the church leaders. It was a very blessed childhood. On the basketball court, I started in third grade. I was in third grade. Um, Shoot, we're kind of legends in Oakland in terms of what our little CYO team did. We had a record of 140-3, so we only lost three times between fourth and eighth grade, and
That's
won all
amazing.
the championships and all that. So we're kind of famous as grown men because people remember us when we were little kids, high level basketball players. So that team ended up being, as we got into high school, we ended up being some of the top players in the city of Oakland. Jason Kidd, Eric Fortenberry, Andre Cornwell, myself, and Adrian Ely. So our starting five as kids all ended up being some of the top players in the city by the time we were in high school. So those were fun times. A lot of basketball.
Right. Whoa. Did you just say you played with Jason Kidd?
So Jason Kidd and I started playing basketball together. My father was the coach of the team, so we literally picked up a basketball together. Of course,
That's
he did a lot more with that basketball than I did, but we picked up the basketball together.
that's amazing, man. Because we know how accomplished Jason Kidd has been over the years. You know what I'm saying? And he recently was inducted to what, the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah. He's in the Hall of Fame. He also had a championship, the assistant coach of the Lakers this past season. So
Oh yeah.
Jason is the complete winner. We say you probably have a picture of Jason because he's won everything from high school state championships to gold medals to NBA championships as a player and a coach, and inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame. So quite a career.
Okay. Is this
Yeah.
the picture from that day?
That's East Oakland. That was a party Jason and I both did for his Hall of Fame. So we did a party for Oakland for when Jason was inducted into the Hall of Fame, and that was the night of the party. So you got Gary Payton, Brian Shaw in the house. That's Nicholas Williams. He's the head of Parks and Rec. We all played ball in Oakland. We all basketball Oakland basketball players.
That's dope. That's nice.
Yeah,
That's really vintage, man. That's real vintage.
yeah,
Hey,
fun time.
yeah, always nice too when we have people participating. So we have our first comments coming in quickly, back to back to back to back. So it's from my friend
Right.
South Stevie, all the way in Toronto, Canada. She's always watching, and I appreciate her
Okay.
support. So she said, I went to
Shout
Catholic
out to
school.
shout out to Toronto.
That's right, absolutely. Salute, Queen. Appreciate you, Sapphire. Queen the Sixth. Um, said peace and love, Queens, Kings. Appreciate you, Queen. That's right. I said it all day. Yep, he's a basketball legend too.
Well, well, in Oakland, if you grew up around my time, I was known to have a very good jump shot. I was known to be the greatest of Oakland. If you're from Chicago, you know Craig Hodges jump shot. I had a
Yeah.
Craig Hodges jump shot here in Oakland, so that's what people kind of know me for. If you were around during my era of basketball, the late '80s and early '90s, I was known for having a killer jump shot.
Okay, no doubt. I gotta had to grab a picture of the big
Oh
brother Craig
yeah,
Hodges.
that's
You know.
That's one of my heroes, my legends on the court and off the court. I'm so proud of all the community work that Brother Craig Hodges does, and just the stand he took with his NBA career. You know, he stood up for his rights.
Mhm.
We celebrate Colin Kaepernick here, but you know, before Colin Kaepernick, there was a Craig Hodges, there was a Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, and the list
So,
goes on. The list goes on of all the great athletes that stood up for their rights and stood up for the well beings of all of us. So very proud.
absolutely. Salute to the to Craig Hodges all day, right here in
Oh
Chicago.
yeah,
um, still holds the record for the most three pointers made in 3-point contest, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, yeah. Incredible shooter. I studied this technique growing up.
Definitely, that's what's up, man. Before moving on, let me go ahead and show them the All Star picture for yourself back in the day. What team was this?
Wow. Look at those goggles. Look at those goggles. Yep, that was me. That picture was at the Oakland Coliseum, the Northern California tournament against Jason's team, St. Joseph's. So we lost that game in the last few seconds. Jason stole the ball and scored a basket in the last few seconds and
Oh
beat us.
yeah.
That was an incredible game. It was where the Warriors play. So it was a Coliseum. You know, that was in front of I don't know how many thousands of people that game was, but that was a legendary. Team went on to win the California State Championship. After they beat us, they won a couple more games and won the California State Championship that year.
Wow. I mean, and then Jason Kidd, honestly, he's like, I think, I'm just going off memory, like top three all time in steals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Mm. I
he
know
has a lot
John
of records.
Stockton, right? If he
Yeah,
didn't pass Magic, then he was really close.
yeah, he's up there. I mean, he's up there in top 10 in several categories: 3 point shooting, steals, triple doubles. He's up there.
Right. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, no doubt, man, no doubt. Okay, now growing up in Oakland, you know what I mean. You grew up, was on the basketball team. You know what I mean. You confident, you're good. You know what I'm saying. So when you good, that bit helps build your confidence and self esteem because everybody patting you in your back. You know what I'm saying. So that helps, right? So you know what I mean. But how did you get off into being interested in following maybe your mother's um path when it comes to the entertainment?
Very interesting. Very interesting. So I never really wanted to be a professional basketball player or anything. So it was just I played every day against Jason Kidd. Like every day we played against, and I guarded him every day.
Wow.
So be an NBA player like Jason wanted to be, I just didn't want to look garbage. You
Right.
know what I mean? I just wanted to look good, on the playground and not seeing garbage. So I worked very hard in basketball because I had to play against Jason Kidd every day, and I didn't want nobody thinking I was garbage. So I just practice, practice, practice. So I look good too. He looked good. I look good. So that that was my reason. I've always been like my mother. So my mother was an entertainment executive when I was growing up, and that's
Yeah.
all I've ever dreamed of being. So I've never wanted to be a professional basketball player or anything. I just didn't want to look garbage on the court, and I've always wanted to be an entertainment executive like my mother. So this is what I do now has been my dream since about fourth grade.
Okay. Okay. No doubt. So, at some point, when you did dive into the music, did you start off like rapping? Did you start off producing? What was the first thing that you did? When it comes to the music entertainment industry. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you're very
It's
talented.
great. That's a crazy question. I started off producing parties. So my uncle, who's 8 years older than me, so he's basically like an older brother. He's like an uncle that was born after the rest of the kids, so you kind of like raised together. So we were raised more as brothers. So my uncle, who's Thomas McElroy, he created groups like In Vogue and Saint Tony, and he was in Club Nouveau, produced everything from Madonna and everybody in between. So he's a popular producer. Um, was basically my older. So I started to organize parties because my uncle is close friends with all the radio DJs. So I would have radio DJs DJing at our parties when we were just in junior high. So I started throwing those parties in seventh or eighth grade. So we have big junior high parties DJed by some of the biggest DJs in the area because those are my uncle's friends. So I had access to them because through my uncle. So I started throwing parties.
Okay, dope, dope. You know what I'm saying? Parties will definitely get you, what I mean, help build relationships with the people in the community, and you know what I mean. So everything from that point on that you do, it's kind of all eyes on you. People gonna kind of start paying attention
Right.
to everything that you do. Already, you already have an eye on you because you was an outstanding basketball player as well. So you know what I mean. Now you're throwing parties successfully. You know what I'm saying? Um, so that's where it started. That's nice, man. So from there, how'd you get into
Yeah.
being an A&R and all that other stuff?
So remember, I come from a family that owned one of the most successful music productions companies in Oakland.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
it was, in essence, it was a family business. So so in
Okay.
high school, I began working for my mother and my uncle, handling the incoming demo tapes. So I worked in the A&R department, and I would listen to the demo tapes, and if I graded them well or thought they were well, I would pass on to my uncle and his business partner. His business partner was is Denzel Foster, so I would pass on to them to listen to. So that was my job all the way through high school. I also was the assistant road manager for Invogue. So in the summertime, in between school, I would go on tour with Invogue and operate as their assistant road manager. That means I would handle all the logistical stuff for all their appearance and for their concerts.
That
So
is
I started
amazing.
very young. I was in high school. Because of that, I didn't play AAU basketball because I worked for Invogue. I thought it was more fun to work for Invogue during the summers than play AAU basketball. So I didn't play any AAU basketball. I worked for the family business.
I would agree. I would have did the same thing, brother. You know what I'm saying? With the exception that these players make a ton of money now, but still, I I would have done the same thing, saying at the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? I'm 5'10". Back then I was 5'10", 160. I could shoot the lights out the ball. I wasn't an incredible ball handler. You know what I mean? I was a shooter at 5'10". So I knew the reality. The
Right,
reality
right.
was I wasn't 6'6", and I wasn't 6'6". So I better focus on the music industry so I can make that kind of money myself and not have to dribble no basketball. So that was my thought pattern.
I heard that. I heard that. Much respect. Much respect.
Right.
And again, thank you everyone that's live wherever you are watching from. Really appreciate you. Let it be known. This is celebrity interviewer. I said it the show, and I'm here live with CEO of hiphoptv.com, Shawn Granberry. You know what I mean? And he's been in this music industry for over 25 years. He's really a pioneer, and he's telling his legacy, man. You know what I mean? Y'all should really take note because this is somebody you should know. And we have another comment that just came in. Sapphire Steamy says, "Great experience and from such an early start." Yeah, for real, for real. Yeah. So I'm sorry, Shawn. Um,
Okay.
so if I may, so going back to the early childhood, you
Okay.
know, um, on a more touching subject, you know, I know this was definitely a great part of your foundation when it came to, as well, when it came to the music is your late great friend, Mr. Shakur, um, known as Shaky, Hollywood Shaky. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep. Shake. We all secure Stewart. We all called him Shake. Shake was Shake.
Right,
But he
absolutely,
was
man.
always he was always shaking and moving, shaking and moving, and cutting deals, shaking and moving. So Shake.
Yeah, if I may, I'll show just a quick picture of him. You know what I'm saying? It's him picture with Jay Z. Let me take
Yeah.
this back. You know, definitely. I know it's been a long time, but definitely I still want to pay my condolences to you and much respect to that brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
He has a phenomenal story. Um, and man, I just love to hear your side of it. When it comes to your relationship with the late great Mr. Stewart.
Okay. So Shake and I met. We met when we were very young because we both played for CYO basketball teams. So he played for St. Joseph's, and he again played for St. Teresa's. Our team was very dominant. You know, when you had a team like ours with Jason Kidd and Eric Fortenberry and Adrian Neely and Andre
Right.
Cornwell and myself, we basically destroyed everybody every game, like destroyed other teams. So we were pretty famous as kids. You and I are the same grade, so we were. He was always on the getting destroyed side of the game. So we knew each other when we were young. And then, since we both attended Catholic school, we went to St. Mary's High School together. But in elementary school, there was a place called Corritos Creek. It was a place where all the Catholic schools would go on camp for a week every year. So Secure and I went to camp together too. When we were like in fifth and sixth grade, we went to camp together. So we knew each other from the basketball court. We knew each other from camp. And then when high school came, at St. Mary's. It was early in the ninth grade year. You know, I kind of had a lot of leadership qualities. He was a natural leader. So we made a pact in ninth grade that we would never compete against each other. We would always support each other, no matter who was winning. So if he was class president, I would be class vice president. If I was class president, he would be class vice president. We would always support each other and never compete. So that was our pact in high school, and that pact went well into our adulthood.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing pack and respectful pack too. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like now I have that pack with many people. It's kind of unsaid. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like
Right.
but that's good that that you have that with somebody because that's as respectful as we get. You know what I mean? Because we go a lot further when we don't compete with each other. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to compete. you stepping on your own your brother's toes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stepping on each other's toes when
Right.
you're trying to compete with each other. So, you know what I mean? We work as a team, you know what I mean? The Golden State Warriors showed you how great you can be, you know, when you
Make
work
the
as a
extra
team.
pass. Yep.
Pass,
Work
make
as a
the extra
team.
pass. Yeah.
Work as a team. Everybody wins. Everybody gets a ring. And
That's
everybody gets
right.
that bonus check. You know, when NBA champions win championships, the team owner normally gives them a bonus. So everybody gets that bonus and that ring if you work as a team. So that's definitely the way Shakira and I handled everything we did.
Absolutely. So at what point did you all build the production team to Tough Enough Productions?
Um, uh, one more time with Too Tough Enough. That's my uncle's production company. One more time with the question with Too Tough Enough.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So Too Tough Enough Productions was your uncle's company?
That was my uncle's production company that my mother was the CEO of.
Oh, okay, okay. No doubt. With that being said, when did you all build Hip Hop TV when you wrote it on the napkin? Both you and Mr. Shakur.
Okay,
Hip Hop
so
TV.
first of all, I'm gonna rewind a little bit and give a little bit of the history. So through high school, Shakur and I began to throw parties, and we ended up throwing some of the biggest parties for teenagers in Oakland. So we would have parties with like 2,000 kids at the parties. That's a big party for some high school guys throwing some parties. We really took
2000
that. They
kids.
were damn near concerts.
Yeah,
So from
2000.
there, yeah, 2,000, yeah, 2,000 kids, teenagers. They were teenage parties.
So
So
how
some
many high
huge
schools?
teenage parties.
How many high
Okay,
schools?
that would be high school small over. So we would focus on our marketing because we were marketing back then. We would have marketing agents at about 4 high schools that we would focus on. So we would focus on, of course, where we went, St. Mary's and Holy Names. It was a St. Mary's was our boys' school. We had a sister school, Holy Name. Skyline High School in Oakland. That's the one Gary Payton went to. Berkeley High, and then Bishop O'Dowd High School, another high school, another Catholic school. So those were primary marketing schools, but people came from all over. Those are some big schools, by the way. Those schools are some very big high schools. So those schools alone could get you a crowd of over 1,000 kids, but uh, just the word of mouth from those schools will get you a lot more. So that was kind of our marketing strategy. So we were already thinking about marketing even back in ninth and 10th grade, how to get the word out and how to throw successful events. So it kind of started with that. As we went to college, Shakir went up to Morehouse College. I stayed home. I didn't really like the Atlanta area, so I did my Morehouse visit and came back home. But Shakir there began to work with Noontime Productions. Noontime was Noonie is from Oakland. He created a studio and production company there in Atlanta. Shakir went on to Hitco Music Publishing, which is LA and Babyface's publishing company, then on to LaFace Records, and then eventually on to lead Def Jam. Now, through this whole time, we were working together. So we had took our ninth grade pack and was continuing to work together, at just like we had did in high school. So I worked with Shakir as a close confidant through that whole time.
Absolutely, much respect. And I just want to add one thing to what you
Okay.
were saying. You said that he went to Morehouse, but let's state as well that you went and graduated from Berkeley. Is that correct?
Yeah. So UCLA was our high school was in Berkeley.
Right.
Berkeley is like the nearest college to our high school. So
Okay.
I stayed home and just went to UC Berkeley. Rather than my dream was always to go to Morehouse College. I wanted to go to Morehouse since about fourth grade. But when I did my college tour, I just wasn't really excited about the city of Atlanta. Sometimes I wonder what happened if I would have went to the city of Atlanta back then. But
Yeah.
I really wasn't excited about the city of Atlanta. So I just came back home and went to, UC Berkeley is the number one public institution in the world. So I went to a great college after all. But
Yeah. Not only did you go to
Yeah,
great college, it's back to the core of the pact that you and Mr. Stewart had, which was that you also said you was going to black schools. Is that
right.
correct? Based on
Yeah,
your
yeah.
influence
So
in the concrete culture.
I'd always preached we should go to Morehouse. So actually, I was the main guy driving everybody to go to Morehouse.
And
Uh,
then you went to
and everybody, almost everybody went. By the way, it was a bunch of guys from here that went to Morehouse College. So it worked. Me personally, I didn't like the city of Atlanta. Going down south. I mean, my parents come from the Black Panther Party and from the Islam and very very black power. I was raised with a lot of black power. So w- when I went to visit Atlanta, it was the South, and my cousin worked at a country club. We had to enter through the back door, and he didn't see nothing wrong with it, and I just didn't vibe I didn't vibe being in the South. I'm very radical, so I just get a good feel for the South, so I came back to the Bay Area.
Okay, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? But I love that, you know what I mean, that you all kept the respect and you influenced your guys to go to the a strong black college, you know what I'm saying? And you as well went to a strong black college as well, just keeping that support and back into the culture. And like you say, you're obviously from the black grew up and your family being part of the Black Panther Party, is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. So very close to the Black Panther. So in Oakland, anyone my age, parents were somehow connected to the Black Panther Party. So even if you were the Black Panther Party, you supported the Black Panther Party. So the Black Panther Party would have huge festivals at the parks in Oakland, the feeding programs. So everyone would donate to the feeding programs, donate to the medical clinics. So the whole community supported the Black Panther Party. So even if you wasn't an official member, you basically you supported the Black Panthers. So they had a Black Panthers had a very big extended family that supported them. So my parents was a part of that extended family and helped out all kind of different ways. My uncles, same thing. So when you're in Oakland and you had a Black Panther Party, even if you wasn't a were part of the Black Panther Party family. You supported their work. So and then most of their kids are about my age. So I grew with a lot of the Black Panther children. Um, and some of the original members are very close friends of mine. Dr. Saturu Ned, who leads the association, Legacy Keepers, is a friend and mentor of mine. So the Black Panthers played a big role in a lot of people's lives here in Oakland and around the country, but Oakland in particular, I can speak of myself.
Okay, much respect and definitely salute to the Black Panther Party, everybody involved, everyone that sacrificed their lives and put their lives on the line, you know what I mean, for us at the end of the day. So, you know
Yes,
what I
all
mean?
power to the people. That's sure.
That's right, all day. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for all the life shed, blood shed, man, there's no way I could have this platform. And you know what I mean? I definitely understand that, you know what I mean? Every day, you know what I mean, when I do what I do, you know what I'm saying? So, salute to everybody that helped pave the way. Um, Now with that, and especially being Black History Month, so you know what I mean, something I haven't been said, and you know what I mean, shame on me, Mike, shame on you, man. I haven't been wishing my brothers and sisters, kings and queens, happy Black History Month. You know what I mean? I should have been doing that this whole month. So I should be doing it every day, but I should have been
Right.
doing it this whole month. You know what I'm talking about? And so you want to be the first. So man, happy Black History Month, brother. You know what I'm saying? And salute to you, straight like that.
No, I appreciate it, and I'm under the belief that Black History is 365 days. We don't. I'm a Black History major in college, so I wish that everyone had all the knowledge was taught to me, taught to them. I think if that was the case, we'd be in a very different place as a people if we all knew the rich history that we have had throughout the dawn of time. As Black people. So uh, uh, every day, every minute, every second is Black history, and one day that us as Black people know that and study the knowledge to that level. Because if we do, we'd be in a whole different place right now.
Absolutely. I do totally agree with you saying, you know what I mean? I was just, traditionally trying to, you know what I mean, for those that of my
Right.
audience, you know what I'm saying? But still with that being said, I actually
Yeah,
have a
I get it.
8, 9 years ago on Facebook that I took, and I was holding my fist up or something like that, and I said
Hmm.
Black History is 365 days a year, something like that. I said, so it's definitely is there. Just sometimes when it come out the mouth, it makes mistakes sometimes. But I definitely know better. Definitely know better.
Yeah. And I only bring that up because you know, I love having Black History Month and all the attention that it gets, but I was only speaking in terms of us as Black people. What other
Right.
people do is great for 1 month, but we need to have Black History every day, every minute, every second, because we got a lot of knowledge to keep up on, catch up on, because we have such a beautiful history throughout the dawn of time. So,
Absolutely. With that being said, let me real quick take a break for a couple more comments.
okay,
From Sapphire Steamy says it's different now, King. We have an entire Black History decade in motion right now.
so true,
Most definitely, most definitely.
so true.
With this introduction, very nice to meet. Oh, hold on. This was first.
Yeah.
This was first. She says, I may have met you at Urban Digital Network Conference 2017 in Woodland Hills with Arthur Mitchell. He may have introduced us while you were at the restaurant with colleagues.
That
It was,
very well could be true because I believe I was at that conference. Yep.
she said, it was just an introduction. You were very nice to meet me. I
Nice,
mean,
nice. I believe that's true.
yeah, small world, what I mean? And I
Small
know the
world.
South, she gets around, what I mean, when it comes to helping promote herself, she really, goes after it, you know what I'm saying? And travels the
Nice,
country, goes to different
nice.
conferences, seminars, everything. Yep. So that's deep. That's what's up.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Earlier, I should have been I missed out and I didn't show the pictures, but some of the early childhood pictures of both you and Shaky, that's dope.
Yep. That
That's
was
dope.
yeah. That was nice. We were at the statewide Black Student Union conference. So Shakur was the state president of the Black Student Union of all the Black student unions in the state. He was the president. Uh,
That's
and
cool.
I was like the underboss. So that was where I was at a state convention. Those were fun times.
That's dope. Yeah, that he was the state, man. That's crazy. Over the whole
Yeah.
state.
And that was us organizing a Kwanzaa celebration. So in high school, we would have these big Kwanzaa celebrations. So that was
Mm,
at one of our big high school Kwanzaa celebrations.
that's what's up. That's what's up, man. Definitely been putting in the work and doing your part, you know what I'm saying, as a black man. Straight like
Yeah.
that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Oakland is very cultural. Oakland is very black power focused. This is the home of the Black Panther Party. This is the home of the Black Lives Matters movement.
Mm,
This we definitely have a lot of movements and stuff here. So this is yeah, this is the land. This is the city where black people don't take no mess. We will stand up. We will we will talk. We will protest. We will fight back. So that's kind of how we were raised. That's one of the reasons I didn't really like the South. I'm so used to speaking up and
right.
saying, yo, that's not right. And not looking over my back, look at Jeffro the cop coming, you know.
Right, right, right,
Oakland,
right.
Oakland is a very unique city. Black people, through the years have had a lot of power in Oakland. So when we go out of Oakland, that's why a lot of black people become very successful after they leave Oakland. Because we're raised with so much culture and so much pride and so much confidence. that we can really kick butt in other cities where they may not have that built into the culture, you know. So for me, I believe that's why a lot of black people that leave Oakland become very successful in other parts of the country because we instilled with such culture and, like I said, confidence from just an early age that we can really kick butt once we leave. Once we get out in other areas, we're ready to kick butt.
I can see that
Yeah.
definitely because no, really though, I can really see that. You know how that can be a strong influence. Um, that's saying ingrained into your skin, into your DNA as you grow up.
Right.
To just be tough skinned and to take everything that's going to be whatever comes your way. You know what I'm saying? Because you
Right.
already know that the people are willing to stand up face to face with no weapons and face someone that has a gun in their hand. You know what I'm saying? And you're
Right.
gonna say and you're gonna hold your ground. You know what I'm saying? So to come from
Right.
that heritage, you know what I'm saying? Man, that's really deep. You know what I'm saying?
No, no, no. It is truly deep, and you can definitely see it. You can definitely see it. Ryan Coogler, the director of Black Panther and Creed and Fruitvale Station, he went to the same high school as Shakira and I. So he's from here, born and raised in Oakland and Richmond. This whole area here, went to the same high school. But you can see in his work, there's pride in his work. He also did Judas and the Black Messiah. The current movie on Fred Hampton. So you can see the amount of pride and culture just in his work of just a few of his movies with Fruitvale Station, with Creed, with Black Panther, of course, and even with Judas and the Black Messiah. You can see it.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. As we celebrate you, you know, I can't still help but to name so many great people that you um have helped influence and they have become an influence in the world. You know what I mean? To even people like me, you know what I mean, by watching the NBA and things of that nature and just watching TV. You know what I'm saying? So before we even get into hip hop TV, and I know some of these gentlemen that I'm going to mention have supported and may even be a part of, and we can talk about that too, of your brand, hiphoptv.com.
Mhm.
But I
Right,
know just to name a few, I know you've had support from, like we say, someone being Oakland, Gary Payton, you know what I mean? And these are all legends, so I'm going to say the legendary
right,
Gary Payton, you know what I'm saying? Legendary Antonio Davis, correct? And that's someone that I had a chance to meet um, at your event last year when I had a chance to meet you yourself, with the
yeah,
help of Tony Jr. Yeah, but man, it's been so many great people coming from Oakland, and then when it comes to the music, you have the legendary E40. You know what I'm saying? Um, so can you
right.
just talk about that? And what that means to you, and how you all were all an influence on each other, being influenced by, like you say, the Black Panther movement, and then all becoming successful at what you do.
Well, it all works together. So let me explain what TV is. So just so people know. So what we built with Hip TV is a global destination for the best content. And the key is that we work together. Work together with a platform with a name like Hip Hop TV. There's no need for these other platforms. Yes, yes. I have no problem with Instagram or Facebook or Clubhouse, etc. But when will the point come when we say we have a platform? So Hip Hop TV is answering that question. Why don't we have our own platforms? Let's look at them. YouTube is worth $300 billion. That's what YouTube is worth. And YouTube was built off a lot of hip hop culture. Instagram, you know, well into the billions of dollars, $30 billion. These companies are multi-billion-dollar corporations, uh, and heavily was built off hip hop culture. And we got to ask ourselves, why don't we have our own platform? Why don't we have our own hip hop focused YouTube where we can broadcast our content? where we can release movies, where we can concentrate our data, you know. So, in essence, we're saying we need to do things ourselves, build things ourselves, still use the other platforms. Nothing's exclusive, but we got to ask ourselves, why are there very few African American hip hop focused on platforms in the world? Clubhouse is a good example. Clubhouse is valued at over $1 billion now. You know, if hip hop and black people wouldn't have got on Clubhouse and started doing conversations, the value wouldn't have blew up like that. If it stayed only techies in Silicon Valley having conversations, it wouldn't have grew up. We brought our cool to the table and grew the value of that company overnight from 100 million to $1 billion. Yet, how much of that company is owned by us? The answer is little to none. So
Mm.
we got to start thinking rationally moving forward. And that's what hip hop TV is about. It's about rational thought. So we built the infrastructure to even do this podcast on the hip hop TV platform. We built the infrastructure to be able to release films around the world at hip hop TV. We have a lot of YouTube capabilities. We can upload your videos and create your channels and broadcast your content. We really thought heavily on what are we doing and why aren't we doing it ourselves. So in essence, that's what hip hop TV is in a nutshell. It's a OTT platform designed for hip hop to be ran by hip hop. So it's time we take ownership. People critique movies. People critique the latest movie. A lot of my friends, Judas and the Black Messiah. But we got to realize who paid for the movie. That's who got final say so in the movie. So until we start
Right.
paying for our own platforms, paying for our own movie and content that we create, and when we have final say so, then we can always be caught in these situations. So to me, now it's time to build our own global platform focused on hip hop culture, owned by us, by people that look like us, ran by people that look like us, decisions made by people that look like us. The time is now.
Yes, sir. I agree with that, and thank you for building something like that for us. You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean. Until someone takes the lead, then it always be like that. It always be more YouTubes ran by everyone other than us. More Facebooks other than
Right,
us. You know what I'm saying? More, and it goes down the line and for that's how it's been. That's the tradition. So it's at some point, we have to break the tradition and build our own, just like we were during the era of Black Wall Street before it was burned down.
right,
You know,
right.
so yeah, man. So
Exactly,
salute
exactly.
to
I
what
mean,
you're doing. Yeah, man, and that's
that's
what I'm
common
trying to
sense to
do.
me,
Right, right. And
and that's why
I encourage. I'm sorry. Go ahead. We breaking up. Okay, we lost him for a second. He'll be back. He'll be back. So, and he's frozen right now. So until he comes back, what we're gonna do? We're gonna play a little video.
we
Welcome
have
back.
some tech problems there.
Yes, sir. But it's cool. Right on time. Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, so sorry to cut you off though, man. But yeah, if you could continue a little bit, from where you left off when it comes to just the power of what the heck? Yeah, hello.
There we go. The power of I was saying the power of us working together. Like this interview right now is very important. We got to work together as brothers and sisters, you know. So and then our focus with Hip Hop TV is we need to work together on our own platforms. You know what I mean? So um, in my world, I'm also a data miner. So whenever you watch video, you're extracting data from those videos. So every time you push like, every time you tag a video, tag a picture or tag a video, there's data being extracted. You know, so guys like me that run platforms, we're in essence data miners. So when we interact on Clubhouse, when we interact on IG, Facebook, even on the music platforms, the Spotify's and the SoundClouds, etc., YouTube. There's a lot of data being extracted from that, and that data is being used to micro target us. What do we like to buy? What do we like? So we got to realize that interacting with these platforms, they are extracting data from us, then using that data to sell us things, or just to figure out our likes and dislikes. So that's even more of a reason why we need to have our own platform, you know, because that data could be used for good, bad, or evil. And
Right.
and people often overlook, the power of data extracted, especially from video content.
Hmm. Okay, so that's how that works.
Yeah, no, it's deep. It's deep, and there's clear evidence of that with the election of Donald Trump. You know, Donald Trump was heavily elected off data extracted from Facebook. So they took the data and they tried to figure out how many people would think, those 70 million that voted for him, they found those people largely on social media. So who actually still thinks like they think in 1870? You know, they got to find a lot of white people that think the same way they think in 1870. Which is there's a lot more than we think. Remember,
Hmm.
Trump got over 70 million votes. That means there were a lot of people that felt that. They found those people mainly on social media and then sent fake news ads down their timeline. So Instagram and Facebook took and Twitter were large platforms that delivered that message, but they were pulling all that data to know who those people were. So data got a president elected that probably wouldn't have been elected any other situation. But all that data and then micro targeted back out there, they found people that would go vote for someone like Donald Trump. So this stuff is serious.
Yeah, that's definitely serious.
Yeah, it's serious.
um, Definitely want to acknowledge a couple more comments from Sapphire. She says
Hmm.
we have to take our power into our own hands all day.
All day.
That's what we got to do. She say we have just existed barely as consumers. Change is necessary.
Change is necessary. That's what hip hop TV is about. It's time to make a change. It's time to, in essence, hip hop culture makes the world go round. In essence, I mean, we set a lot of global trends. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if it's gold teeth, if it's one leg pulled up, if it's wearing turtlenecks, if it's brushing our teeth with Crest toothpaste, no matter what that is, it starts in the United States. It normally starts with just 4 or 5 majority cities that have a lot of influence on trends around the world. You take California, either the Bay Area or LA, Chicago, New York, Atlanta, maybe a Dallas or Houston, a little bit of Miami. It's the young people in those cities that decide what's cool around the world. And then those ripple effects ripple around the world, creating, billions or trillions of dollars of revenue being made. So in Oakland, the youngsters created the oversized, it's called blue jeans, white tees, blue jeans, and Nike.
Right.
And this was a few years ago. So all the young people would grow dreadlocks, little short dreads. They would wear 5X t-shirts, huge t-shirts with blue jeans and Nike. Now, we just took it as a trend or whatever, or fad or whatever. But when you ask them why they were doing it, they were saying so when the police looked for somebody, they all had dreadlocks, white t-shirt, jeans, and Nike. So the description of who they were
Right.
looking for was the whole block was dressed the same.
Right.
But guess what? People started wearing 5X t-shirts all around the world. These big
Yeah.
t-shirts became popular all around the world. But where did it start? It started with some young teenage hustlers that thought if they all dressed alike, the police would have a tough time finding out, who did the crime or whatever, because the whole block was dressed like each other.
Right.
So I mean, who would even know where that trend came from? But Fruit of Loom or one of these T-shirt companies sold a lot of T-shirts,
Hmm.
because of what these young guys on the Oakland street corner came up with. You know what I mean? And that's replicated over and over and over again throughout, like, only 5 or 6 cities in the United States decided. Young people in 5 or 6 cities decide what's going to be cool in the world. That's powerful data.
Yeah, that is the influence of black people has gotten us this far, and you know what I'm saying, they profit off us all day with their commercials and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
There's a fact that I always talk about is that the world has decided, and this is the world has decided, that black men in America are the coolest people on the planet.
right.
The world has decided. They think we're cool. We didn't say we were cool. We just living our life, doing what we do. But the
Right.
world thinks we're cool. And the
Yeah.
cool is seen largely through hip hop culture. So the coolest guy on the block is normally the rapper. He got the nice car, he got the girls, he got the nice clothes, he got the music video. He's normally the coolest guy on the block. Now, next to is probably the big basketball dunking guy or football running guy. You know what I mean? But that hip hop guy, even those guys look up to the hip hop guy because that's normally the coolest guy, you know, in every city. So every city has this cool guy in every neighborhood. This cool guy, right? That cool guy and his friends set fashion trends and culture trends around the world. That's the root of where it comes from. It's those cool guys in their neighborhoods that rapper is normally an extension of the hustlers. Normally the rapper is copying the hustlers. You know what I mean? Those hustlers are creating a global trend. And that could be, like I say, anything from wearing a cap backwards to wearing gold grills to wearing sunglasses to sweat hoodies. All those trends comes from those street guys. And those rappers normally copy those street guys. Then you see guys, people in Africa doing it, people in Europe doing it, people in China doing it. You see it all around the world.
Right.
But people don't realize often that it starts in the south side of Chicago somewhere, west side of Chicago somewhere. It starts right there in the hood. That trend starts right there on the block. And those guys are never paid for it, by the way. They never get a red cent for what they
Right.
created either.
Yeah, for just having that natural swag, you know what I'm saying, of a
Mhm.
black man, you know what I'm saying, just us being ourselves, you know what I mean, and and that comes from, the influence of the Black Panthers standing their ground, you know what I mean, that
Right,
toughness, you know what I mean, of, what I'm saying, some of the gangsters and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's from watching and knowing that, we stood up as black people together. You know what I'm
right.
saying? It's crazy, man, how it's all everything's connected. The streets is connected with entertainment industry, everything's is
All
all
connected. It's
is all
all
one
connected. So
brother.
what we're doing with Hip Hop TV is connecting all those dots, by the way. So
Right.
there's ways to include those guys on the corner that create those trends. There's ways to include them in the revenue stream. You know what I mean? You got to connect the dots. You know what I mean? If a guy's in his neighborhood selling, and he's famous for wearing a certain tennis shoe or a hood or a certain hoodie or a cap or something, there's ways for that guy to get paid. There's ways for him to be a part of the merchandise sold in his region. So it's about creating a whole new business model, a whole new business model, and selling our cool. So are we? If you voted us the coolest people on the planet, you know, we need to get paid from it. Simple as that. We need our check. If we the
Right.
coolest people on the planet. We need our check. And not that they're not opposed to giving us our check either. You know what I mean? It's just we never asked for it. We got to ask for it.
Right.
The street guys could say Nike or Puma. My crew is gonna wear Nike or my crew is gonna wear Puma. Nike or Puma. Who's gonna cut the check? In my next music video, I cut. In my next mixtape, my crew gonna either have Nike or Puma on. Nike or Puma, who's stepping up to the plate? Or what other brand? Master P has a brand of shoes. Master P, we gonna rock, rock your shoes. But you need to step up to the plate too. Somebody gonna step up to the plate. So there's ways to include, the trendsetters into the business model.
Absolutely.
And it's very important that we learn how to figure it out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, Again, I want to say thank you to everyone that's still tuned in with us live. You know what I mean? Wherever you may be like watching from, whether it's YouTube, my I Said It Management YouTube channel, or even Facebook, Urban Grand TV channel. So we really appreciate it. Make sure you share this video. There's a lot of knowledge and information being shared right now with the big brother, CEO, hiphoptv.com, Shawn Granberry. You know what I mean? We're here live. He's all the way in LA, you know what I'm saying? I'm in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? See how the virtual world works, you know what I'm saying? I love it.
That's
Man, I
how the
love
virtual world works.
technology.
And I'm actually in Oakland, California. Uh, I'm always in the town, Oakland, California. Yeah, yeah. Love my LA brothers, but I'm up north in Oakland, California.
Okay, no doubt, no doubt, man. And being in California, man, I've done a lot of since I've had this show. I started October 20th. Sapphire Steamy, she was actually my first guest on the
Oh
show.
wow,
You know what I mean? So it's just love. And then later, she became the ambassador. She's actually the brand ambassador for I Said It Management. So I just love how, networking can just go so far. You know what I mean? When you just take advantage of networking, the power of networking. So with that being said, so I've had this show and I've had many people that's in the LA region, West Coast area, you know what I mean, on this show.
right,
Shout out to the legendary OG Cocaine, you know what I'm saying, I've had on the show, the legendary DJ King Assassin, um,
nice,
um, legend in the making singer Tracy Cruz, you know what I'm saying? She's been on the
nice.
show, you know what I mean? And I can't forget about someone that I had the opportunity of interviewing early in my career, December, I want to say December the 10th, 2014. I interviewed Freeway, the real Rick Ross, man, the legend, the
Oh
icon.
wow.
That
Yeah,
was
freeway,
deep.
freeway drops a lot of knowledge. I mean, when I first met Sister Africa, Freeway screened his film at the Rainbow Push conference the same year.
Oh,
A Crack in the System. That's his documentary on the cocaine business in L.A. Just how the CIA was running it. In essence, he was working for the CIA. So and
man,
never
it's
knew it.
crazy.
I never knew it, but he was working for the CIA. Yeah,
Yeah, how it was a setup.
yeah, it was
How
a
they
whole
just use
setup,
it, man.
whole setup.
They just use it. Actually, I found this picture of both you and the legendary Mark Curry, the comedian.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Mark Curry
I
and
met
Freeway
Mark.
and Freeway with Ross. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
actually an event in New York. So that wasn't the Chicago event. That was the Wall Street conference with Rainbow Push in New York.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mark Curry performed, and Freeway Rick Ross was on our panel. It was one of our hip hop panels we produced with Jania
Okay.
Butler and Hip Hop Union. who set that up.
Okay, shout out to Jania Butler. I had a chance to
Yeah,
meet her at your event.
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. She actually
Very
ran
cool.
for Congress in New York. She didn't win, but she made a lot of brought up a lot of information. You know, very interesting. She's a black Republican, so that's a interesting topic within itself. So she comes with a different perspective to everything that's going on. We don't always
Right.
agree, but I love her to death.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was trying to find the picture because I know that I have a picture. I have so many pictures. Um,
Yeah, yeah, it was a good one of me, her, and Antonio Davis in Chicago. You know, we're all together in Chicago when I met you. Nia was there through all our events. Yeah, so we have a real nice one of us three at Rainbow Push. Antonio spoke at Rainbow Push.
right. Well, until I found that, I came across this picture with both you and the legendary Kendall Gill, and
Yeah.
I was there at that event, but I didn't know that you was there. We didn't run into
Oh
each other.
wow, I know you were at that event. Yeah, I was with my cousin Donald Barge, who was doing some photography and some video at the event.
Yeah, that's nice, man. I got a picture with Kendall Gill from that day.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay, yeah, yeah. Kendall was real nice, man. It was a real nice brother to meet.
Yeah, man. Another talented athlete, man, right here from Chicago.
Yeah,
Went to West
yep,
Central High
yep. And
School.
broadcaster. I think he's broadcasting with the Bulls. Yep.
Exactly, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Um, okay, I think was this it? Yep. Okay, so this was the one picture of now Tony
Yep.
Jordan, Sister Africa, and what's her name, Jania Butler.
Dania Butler. Uh huh.
Okay, and then yourself.
Yep.
Okay,
That was at the event. I think that was at the was that was the NBA uh NBA and
that was
WNBA parents brunch, I believe.
okay, right? Yeah, that was a different
Yeah.
NBA event that weekend. Not the one that I
Right.
was at though.
Right.
I was at a different
That was a great event too.
right. Okay, now
Yeah, that's
this
a
the one that I was
powerful team right there. Yeah, that
yeah,
was our NBA.
absolutely
No, that
right.
was the Chicago Legends. That's the Chicago Legends event.
Ah, okay, okay. This Chicago Legends
Yeah, so
event.
all those are great Chicago basketball players.
Right. Absolutely. Yes,
That's my
sir.
good friend Sonny Parker back there.
Oh yeah, he
With
was
Marcellus Starks and Sonny Parker, both good friends of mine. Dr. Walton's there. Yeah, that's some talented folks. And
yeah,
my
for
young
sure.
brother up front, Lamont, the young brother up front.
That's what's up. If I can just, if I may just run through some pictures real quick, because there's so
Yeah,
many great pictures. You know what I'm saying? And if you can remember, maybe some of these events, what I mean.
yeah.
Also
This was a
had a
great
chance to
event.
meet.
Yeah,
I met
we
that.
work very
Had a
close
chance
with
to
Ed
meet.
Lover with Hip Hop TV. And P. Frank Williams is our VP of content. P. Frank is also from Oakland. But P. Frank is the producer of many of the unsongs you see on TV One. He
Oh,
also
nice.
produced Who Killed Biggie and Tupac. It was an A&E special.
Mm, yeah,
Uh,
remember
he's
that.
a current producer of Cop Watch on BET. He has several uh, 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 serious Hollywood producer, but he was also raised in Oakland with all of us. And Ed Lover is just a close friend, and we work very close with Hip Hop TV.
Nice, nice. Okay, yeah, this was a picture of you and your family, correct?
Yeah, yeah, that's my mother being inducted into the Castleman High School Hall of Fame. That's my son next to me, Elijah, my nephew Ahmed, and my little sister Maila. And my mother is Dr. Tony McElroy is my mother. Yep, that's my mommy.
Okay, Def, you got a great looking family,
Thank you.
no doubt. Okay, who are these gentlemen right here?
Oh, these are nice. This is nice. That's me and P. Frank Williams again. We were screening the we were screening which episode of Unsung? We were doing the Unsung and screening. screening there, and that's Pooh Man. Pooh Man is a MC in Oakland, very
Okay.
well known in Oakland. Came up with Too Short and everybody. Came up with Too Short and E40 and all those guys. Pooh Man.
Okay. Word. Word. Yeah. I'm sorry. I showed that
Yeah,
already.
he showed that one. This was a
Okay.
technology panel we did at Afrotech. This is a technology
Mm,
panel we produced at Afrotech. You got Jess Blades is there on the end.
right.
Mr. Fab, Bosco, uh, Law, Dev, incredible singer and MC there next to each other is Ryan Nicole, Oakland-based MC, and Sydney Nicole, an incredible singer. And I forget the other brother's name, but he works at Pandora. The one in the black hat is one of the executives at Pandora. That was an incredible panel that night at Afrotech.
Yeah. That's very talented people right there.
That's a lot of knowledge. That was a lot of knowledge. It was about music and technology was the panel.
mm, deep. Okay. We know legendary Rakim.
And yeah. This was Keith Murray and Rakim. This was an
Oh,
incredible night.
that is
We did
Kid
a
Murray.
party in New York to celebrate the fifth anniversary of the Hip Hop Union. That's the organization founded by Jania Butler. Rakim and Keith Murray both performed that night, along with a whole Bobby Brown performed that night. That was one incredible party. You had to be there to see it. If I tell you, you think I'm lying. That's how the party was cranking that live. If I tell you everything, you think I'm lying. But that was an incredible party.
Hey man, you hip hop TV, so I know you got some footage. You just ain't showing it. You ain't showing it yet. But you hip hop TV, I know you got some footage. You you can't go to a party like that and not get
Oh
no
man,
footage.
that's probably one of the best parties I've ever thrown in my life. You know, I've thrown probably 1,000 parties in my life, but that one I can pop my collar to for sure. That's a pop the collar party right there.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
All the New York legends under one roof, just having a good time, enjoying themselves. I mean, that was an incredible night.
Dope, dope.
Yep,
Okay.
that was the same panel we did at Afrotech. That's everybody
Um,
posing for a picture. That was a great. I can't wait to do more of those more of those panels. Can't wait for the world to open back up.
yeah, man, really dope. For real, for real. Now, like to take a second, honor you was on the Hollywood. Can you talk about the opportunity to be on this magazine?
Yeah. I know the people that own that magazine. They wanted to put me on the cover for New Hollywood. It's basically talking about hip hop TV and the OTT model, just how important it is for us as a people to develop our own platforms so we can deliver our content ourselves. Content creation is not as expensive as it used to be. So we can shoot our own movies, and release them to the world directly and just charge people $5 or $2 or whatever we're gonna charge them and make money directly. So I mean, it's time to create a whole new paradigm and take ownership in everything we do now, and think about how do we own everything from A to Z. There's no need to we don't need the support of Hollywood anymore. We don't need the support of record companies no more. We can go directly to the consumer, directly on our own platform. So that's where we are, and this is something we got to do. It's no choice. We have to do this.
Right, exactly. Only way we're gonna not just continue to sustain. We just sustain and just with our heads above water right now. But that's the only way we're gonna get out the water. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying?
Without drowning, because right now we're gonna drown, and we don't get out that water. We're
Right.
going under that water. So we it's time to get out that water and walk, run, and then fly.
In that order.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, anytime you're on the front cover of a magazine, you know what I mean, that's a big deal. So congratulations to you, man.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Thank
a
you.
good thing. It's always good to be acknowledged for your, you know what I mean, your efforts.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, I've been putting in work for years, so none of this stuff happened overnight. I've been on the grind for years. I kind of did it my way. Doing it my way takes a lot longer. You
Mm,
know, I have some good friends that are VCs, and they've told me years ago, Shawn, just take on a white partner. that there's already been successful in the content, the digital media lane, and your plan is solid, you'll take off like a rocket. But I didn't want to do it that way. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'm stubborn and black power from Oakland, so I want to do it my way. So and it ended up fine. It's not like it's taking a lot longer than I wanted to, but I built a solid foundation, built by ourselves. You know what I mean? To me, that's very important to do.
Absolutely, man. You know what I mean? I too feel like, your morals and your values are very important at the end of the day. And that's the type of man that I am. I stick to my morals and my personal values, and I don't go against that, you know what I mean? If it doesn't fit what, what I mean, um, my landscape, it's not happening.
Right,
So I just can't do it. I'm sorry. You know what I'm
right,
saying? So that's good that you stick to that, because I too, I could be a lot further if I chose to, do this or do that, you know what I'm saying?
right,
But it went against the grain of what I'm building and what I believe in,
right.
so I didn't do it. And
You know,
it took
like
me this long. It
the
took me this
old
long to
saying,
be able to talk to you.
right, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So,
Right.
as a people, we got to make a stand because we've been falling for anything for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely, though. Sapphire Steamy has said, I didn't bring it up earlier. She said
Okay.
they are also using artificial intelligence, which is currently changing the things that people focus on. It is scary to think the future in the direction of mind control, cloning, and robotics.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah, yeah,
The AI studies everything. When I say they extracting the data, they extracting the data and have an AI, artificial intelligence, scan that data, study that data, and then come out with formulas in terms of how we think and what we do, etc. So the artificial intelligence is what's evaluating the data and then coming out with outcomes. So black people think X. Black people on the south side of Chicago thinks X. So, the artificial intelligence is coming up with that. So if we do
right.
this, we can get the outcome of X. It's all math. It all comes down to math after a certain point. Once they have enough data, they can put in a mathematical formula to figure out, desired outcomes.
Absolutely. She said you
Yeah.
are inspiration, and you are most definitely.
Thank you, Sister Sapphire. I appreciate it.
Straight like that. So
Yeah.
man, you know what I mean? I know also you've been working with what's it called? 3D entertainment, and you've built Ultimate Talent Search. Can you talk about this Ultimate Talent Search that you have going, or is it still
Yeah. So
active?
the Ultimate Talent Church has been changed to Untold Rhymes.
Okay.
So we haven't released it yet, but we're going to release a global talent search. So we're looking for the best MCs around the world. So we actually micro targeting countries. Kenya, Nigeria, India, Mumbai, the city in directly, Australia. We're just really doing a lot of marketing around the world to say Hip Hop TV is looking for the best talent in the world. Help us find the dopest MCs, the best break dancers, the top DJs in your town, your country, your state, etc. And let's put them on the Hip Hop TV platform. And we're creating a show called Untold Rhymes, in which we feature all these people from around the world. So it's really a global talent search. Our goal at Hip Hop TV is to put the best of the best in one location. So we got, there's a bunch of whack people out there too. If you're whack, stay on YouTube. If you're whack, upload your video to World Star Hip Hop. If you're the best and you're doing it at the highest level, well, Hip Hop TV is your home. So that's kind of our the attitude that we take. Everybody, everybody don't make the cut. I believe in professionals. So when I was a basketball player, no guy off the street could come on the court and do what we did. You know what I mean? You just couldn't pick up a ball and never played before,
Right.
and come on the court and think you're gonna hang with us. No, you better practice a lot. You better be very good to even step on the court with us. I feel hip hop has to be held at the same standard. You know what I mean? When I was coming up, in the 80s and 90s, everybody couldn't rap. If you didn't have put those words together lyrically strong, you was considered garbage. Simple as
Mm,
that. You was weak, just like on the basketball court. Because hip hop guys were professionals and hip hop ladies were professionals. Everyone, in my opinion, cannot do what professional people do. So, I have a very strict standard to what I consider professional. So, you know, you just can't pick up a microphone and think you're gonna sing like Aretha Franklin, or sing like Luther Vandross. Just walk in off the street and start singing and think you're on that level. No, they're professionals. They sing for a living. They do it at a very high level. I believe we have to keep hip hop at the same standard, and it's my responsibility as an OG and other OGs that we allowed it to get to the level that I think is at now. When there are artists that aren't professional. To me, there are a lot of artists that are just off the street. You see what I'm saying? They know how to manipulate social media and stuff. They don't have the lyrical level. You back in the day, you didn't walk up to Rakim and think off the street you was going to out rap Rakim. You know what I'm saying? You didn't. He was a professional.
mm,
He would destroy you. You know what I mean? Just like Michael Jordan would destroy anybody try to play him in basketball, in his heyday. You just gonna say, Michael, I can beat you. No, you can't. So,
yeah, there's no
so
way.
that being, I believe hip hop should be held to the same professional standards, and that's what hip hop TV is about too.
Okay, I definitely love what you're doing with the hip hop TV and everything. I mean, again, like I say, thank you for showing us another way other than just you utilizing just YouTube. I love YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But
No, we love
I
YouTube, and
learned some.
nothing against YouTube, by the way, nothing against YouTube,
Mm,
but we don't own YouTube.
right,
Google owns YouTube. And YouTube made 15 billion in revenue last year, and a lot of that revenue came from hip hop culture. And let's check how much hip hop culture got paid out of that 15 billion. How much did hip hop culture get paid?
right.
It's a very small number, by the way.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah. Well, like you say, what I mean, I also, what I mean, feel the responsibility and I try to, the people that I know push people to, other MCs or people that consider themselves, recording artists or whatever the case may be, to hey, what I'm saying, don't just do it to do it, what I'm saying, really embrace it, the opportunity that you have the people's attention, what I'm saying, for I'm a poet 20 years now.
Right,
So, what I mean, every time I got on stage and I step on stage to this day, what I mean? It's with the pride that, what I mean, I have the opportunity to have your attention, just like I have your attention now, what I mean? I'm
right,
great. But, when you're on that stage to have someone's attention, what I mean, you're supposed to respect that, what I mean? Because the
right,
people who had it before you, the great people like I'm just naming a few, James Brown, Billie Holiday, what
right,
I'm saying, Michael Jackson, what I'm saying, Jay-Z, what I'm saying, Tupac, what I'm saying, just random names, people that have held this stage, this microphone, this instrument, this piece of material, this man-made device, have taken it seriously. So it's my responsibility as well to take this seriously. You hear me? You know
right.
what I'm saying? It's not a game.
It's not a game. It's not a game. And the same thing goes with poetry is that, a trained, skilled poet, you could tell the difference between that and someone that walk off the street because they are professional. You know what I mean? They are professional. So the same, and that's the point I'm making about hip hop. I think it's the responsibility of the OGs of hip hop to once again raise that bar to say that hip hop is a professional profession, and those that practice at the highest level, should be held to certain standards. It's like anything else professional.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? And that's based on the people that you grow up around too, but if you know, it's all the influence of the we are a product of our environment. You know what I'm saying? As if you decide to be a product of your environment, I should say.
Right.
So but many people choose to be the product of their environment, you know what I'm saying, unfortunately. Um, And I'm just gonna speak on some real stuff real quick. You know what I mean? Like me,
Okay. Yes, please.
me growing up, you know what I'm saying, here in Chicagoland area, you know what I'm saying, I've done a lot of different things, but one thing I never did and I'm proud of, I never sold crack, I never touched cocaine, I don't even know about it really. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But the reason that I never did is because I was privileged enough and I understood that I was privileged and I didn't need to. And I
Right.
understood that the people that did only did it for two reasons. Only did it either to help get out their situation because they had to, because there was really no other options, you know what I'm saying? Because the discrimination is strong, racism is strong. You know what I'm talking
Right.
about? People doing it for reputation. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to do it for reputation. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I didn't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? And the only time I ever touch like marijuana and stuff like that back in the day and stuff is because I understood when you buy stuff in bulk, you get it for cheaper. So why would I pay full price if I could
Right.
just get it, you know what I'm saying, buy a bulk and I can just,
Right.
have it to smoke, you know what I'm talking about? So back in the day, that's how I felt. And that's just what it is, man. And we have to stop doing things just off of reputation and do it.
Well, I mean, you make a good point. People know me because I never drank or smoked or anything in my life. I was raised with a lot of Muslim influence growing up, with my uncles and stuff. But I understand how the data is being used to manipulate the culture. So in hip hop right now, it's a strong message that it's okay to be a drug addict.
Right.
Now, back when I was younger, they preached it's okay to be a drug dealer. The music says it's okay to be a drug dealer, which was bad within itself because a lot of people died trying to live up to what they thought was cool and everything. But the message now is okay to be a drug addict totally just blows me away. I mean, to rap about you a drug addict, it's just crazy to me. But I mean, the music is very powerful and it creates this. So we got a lot of young people that think it's cool to be drug addicts. And that's scary. And that was straight done through hip hop culture. You know what I mean? That's why I say we got to own our own platforms. So we choose what gets played. So we're not gonna play Molly Percocet, Molly Percocet, Molly Percocet by Future over and over and over again. You know what I
Right.
mean? Brainwashing young people to go pop some Molly and Percocet. It was a clear design what that was. But just to see how the culture can be manipulated to the point where they make it cool for people to want to be drug addicts. I couldn't even fathom that idea growing up. When it would be cool to be a drug addict, that, it still blows me away.
Yeah, man. It's it's crazy, but it's just the evidence of the sickness of our culture and our people. You know what I'm saying? The sickness that we are suffering from. You know what I mean? The depression, the you know what I mean? The everything, the anxiety. These are just different signs of what we're going through, and it's just delivered and expressed through music. And when they get on the mic and stuff like that, but they're just expressing their pain. Really, you know what I mean? I feel like, and you know what I mean. This is how I come out. You know what I mean? And this is what they're doing actually, unfortunately, you know what I mean, taking these drugs and prescription drugs that some people get addicted to for different reasons, obviously. But man, it's a sad trend, like you say.
Well, it becomes like poor righteous teachers did a talk years ago, and they talked about when the record companies came to them and was basically telling them all to be gangster rappers. That was an era in hip hop because the gangster rap one was selling more, so they were getting NWA was getting more sales. So they started telling other artists you need to be more gangster, and they started looking for more gangster rappers, because it sold more. The key is who has those decision making power. We don't own these companies. We don't own these record companies, you know. So they're making these calls. So it's come to the point where drug addict music is deemed to create more streams, more sales. So they're having artists do these things to create more revenue and create more streams. So my point is we need to own more companies so we have the say so. Right now, you know, You look at the largest record companies, Universal, Warner Music, and Sony. You know, they have a say so for majority of all major artists. You
Right.
know, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, etc. You know, basically got everybody else. So if they choose to make the drug addict music more popular, you know, they could do that within their system. Like you go to Spotify, it just suggests that song. You know what I mean? So the platforms are designed to manipulate the public, but it all goes down who owns the platforms. I felt that we owned our own platforms, we would make better decisions, you know. But right now we don't have much decision making power.
Yes, sir. And with that being said, well said. And with that being said, I'm gonna take this comment by Sapphire staying drugs, self-hate, gun violence, and sex with hoes. This is breeding a whole generation of children who are influenced by these now parents. Excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
No, I mean it's totally true. I mean that's basically what I'm saying. I mean, Sister Africa and I did a panel, solutions only show a little while ago, and it was about education. And what we were talking about was one of the principals said, you know, they listened to hip hop, Chicago hip hop. Um, what's the name of Chicago hip hop? There's a specific name. They gave the name.
Oh, I try not to keep up with some
It
stuff.
it it'll come to me.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? It's talking about because in the rap songs they tell on what happened in the neighborhood. So the teachers and principals got to listen to the music to figure out what's going to be going on in their school. So if they say they shot somebody on a certain street, and you know they basically tell on themselves through the music.
Yeah,
So the police and the teachers and the principals have to listen to the music to figure out what's going on in the street, so they know what they got to deal with in their schools. So if they know something happened, they know it's a possibility for their schools to get shot up the next week. Then they got, you know, they
right.
got to know they got to order more security that week. So
That is
it's
funny.
just showing just how the music, you know, is really the stories of the streets, and Chicago is a prime example of it because the drill is it drill
Right,
uh
yeah, real music.
drill music. Right, I know this came to
Yes,
me
it
here.
is. Real
The
music.
drill music in Chicago is a way to interpret what's going on the street and design your whole structure around it. You know, so I
Right.
mean that's that drill rap. Yep, that's
Yeah, that's
that's
what it is. Real music.
yeah,
Thanks,
drill
thanks.
rap or drill rap. Exactly, exactly.
Absolutely.
So uh, that's a perfect example. That's a perfect example. So it's where the music is used as Sister Sapphire said, almost as a parent. It's teaching young people, you know, behavior.
Mm.
And in Chicago, drill rap you know, like it's crazy. It's used by the police and used by the powers that be to try to figure out what's going on in the street. They listen to the songs. We had the same thing happen here in the Bay Area with Mac Dre back in the day. Mac Dre with his Romper Room crew, where
Right.
his crew members were doing armed robberies all over the place. But they would give details of the armed robberies in their raps.
Wow.
So the police started listening to the songs, like, hold on, only the person that did this crime would know these details.
Right. Damn.
So the police used that to start tracking them and to finally arrest them on bank robbery.
Got to
And
be on
Mac
point.
Dre, who didn't participate in the robbery, that was just his homies. He didn't participate in no robbery. They sent him to prison because he wouldn't tell on everybody. You know what I
Wow.
mean? He went to prison, even though he never participated in the robbery. He went to prison because he
Yeah.
wouldn't telling everybody.
Yep. That's how I do sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't win for losing.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hey man, we talked about a lot of things, a lot of people that's been in your life.
Yeah.
I don't know why I hear echo right now, but anyway, we talked about a lot of people that's been in your life, and this one person, say basically one of the best for last. And I wanted to show this woman right here, both And can you speak about, me, this woman right here, and what we can?
yeah, that's my queen, Shantae. Uh, we grew up together. We grew up together.
Okay.
Uh, we worked together when I was president of the Merritt College Black Student Union. She was the vice president. We transferred to UC Berkeley together.
Wow.
Uh, so yeah, so I was fortunate enough to find my soulmate in life, and I'm a very blessed brother to have a very supportive woman in my life that really has my back, and I have hers, and yeah, we enjoy life. We have a 10-year-old grandbaby and two sons. Yeah, good home life makes a good business life.
That's right. Absolutely. I agree. I agree. I agree. Congratulations to you and much respect to her as
Thank you,
well.
thank you.
Absolutely, man. Hey, man, it's been such a pleasure to, me, just to be able to get to know you a whole lot better. You know what I mean? I really appreciate you, taking time out your busy schedule to share your legacy and everything that your influence in this music and entertainment industry, with us and my audience today. You know what I mean? I want to wish you definitely the best with everything that you're doing with your talent show, going forward along with your business, hiphoptv.com, which I look forward to, streaming um program through your
That's what I'm about to say. Yeah.
we was already talking about that. So, I look forward to having that opportunity like other people to just be able to, be a part of a black foundation when it comes to you know, what you're doing at Hip Hop TV, being able to, have everyone stream from a black owned network.
So yeah, we're gonna go live. We're gonna go live. Our goal is March 15th. March 15th to go live with our new platform. The app will roll out right after that. About 45 days later, the apps iOS and Android will roll out, and we're looking forward to having I said it management and show on Hip Hop TV, and we're looking forward to you helping us in the Chicago area. We want to feature as many of the Chicago talent as possible, and I look forward to working with you to achieving that goal, to us having a real strong presence in Chicago and of course around the world. But there's a lot of talent in your backyard.
Yeah, it really is, and it'd be my honor, to be able to network with you going forward doing that, man. You know what I mean? There's a whole lot of talent that I know personally, and people that I've had a chance to interview, along with people that I just been watching from afar and just admire their hard work and their grind as well. So yeah, you got
Yeah, I
that
think
right.
between you, Tony Jordan, and Sister Africa, I'm well represented in Chicago.
Yeah, absolutely. You got much respect all day, brother. And salute to you, man. Like I say, to everything you're doing, Mr. Granberry. And hey, if you need my help, you already know you got my support right here. And I say the management all day,
Done. Done. I appreciate it, my brother, and all power to the people.
all day. All power to the people in that order. And
Yep.
something that I always ask my celebrity guests
Yeah.
is that I ask that you think of me and think of this show, and please send me someone that you would like, that you think that will be a great celebrity guest also on this
Yeah.
show as well,
Yeah.
who may need, what I mean, a little bit more promotion of, or maybe someone that's forgotten about that needs a little, just anyone that's celebrity, you know what I mean, talking about.
Got you. No, I got you. I sit in a whole pool of them out here in the base. So I'll send folks your way for sure. You're gonna get a lot of Bay Area love.
Absolutely. Much love. Much love. I appreciate you, sir.
Thank you,
All day.
sir. This was a great interview, by the way. I really appreciate it.
Hey man, I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate your story, man, and having the chance to hear about your upbringing and me, everything that you're doing now, and how that I can still be a part of it. So I'm grateful.
Right. I appreciate it, my brother. You have a great day.
You too, brother. And if you have time to stick around, I ask that you do as I
Okay.
close out this interview. Um, oh, I'm sorry. One thing that I did want to show,
Okay.
and and last but not least, as I show this picture, just reminding people how they can follow you and support you and download the app, correct?
Correct, correct. So right now you go to hiphoptv.com. This is actually our internship program. So we actually train young people to produce shows. So we got Studio 20 is one of our shows that we do that. Would You Watch and Talking Bluntly are three shows young people produce, and we air them on Hip Hop TV. They're very nice shows, by the way. You start seeing them March 15th on the platform.
Great, great. That's good news.
Yeah.
So yeah, just want to make sure people know to support you. And
Yeah.
this is something else that I forgot to show.
Okay.
That I came across. So you all still do this annual gala?
We do the annual gala in honor of Shakur. This is for a scholarship at our high school, St. Mary's High School. Okay. We do our annual gala and raise money for the Shakur Stewart Empowerment Fund, which is a scholarship fund at our high school.
That's nice. That's really nice. That's good business right there.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I just want to make sure that I show that as well.
Right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And Sapphire says, "Congratulations, Kings. Congratulations to you. And I appreciate you watching all the way from Toronto, Canada. You know what I'm talking about, Sapphire."
Let Sapphire know we want Hip Hop TV exposure in Toronto, Canada too. So she's gonna get a call and some reach out too. We need some love in Toronto, Canada.
Absolutely. Make sure I connect you all.
Okay, please.
No problem. It'd be my pleasure. Yeah, so man, as we close out this show, you know, I have a few videos, you know what I do is I show people have been nice enough to give me shout outs, man. And I'm just so grateful. And so what I do is I try to make sure that I show this at the end of each and every celebrity interview that I do. You know what I mean? So starting with the first, this was like my first shout out that I ever had, and it just happens to be from the icon Roy Ayers, and that's how I'm gonna start this reel.
Nice.
I said it, the boy. I said it, the boy. I said the boy.
I support the legendary Roy all day long.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yo, it's the originator Jazzo, y'all. Make this real quick, man. Shout out to Isaidit Management. Doing it big.
Appreciate you.
Sapphire Steamy, the sixth queen from Toronto, and I'm representing for King Leo and Isaidit Management. You heard me. I said it. King Leo. Big up your blood clad self. Sixth queen from Toronto. Mwah.
Hey man, what's happening? It's your boy Skrilla, man. Shout out to Isaidit, the celebrity interviewer. You dig what I'm talking about, man. Sponsored by the famous Chicago Bridge magazine. Get in tune with it. You dig?
Yo, what's good? This your boy Who Knows. Letting you know this Wednesday, December 16th, tune in. I'll be with the celebrity interviewer Isaidit the Poet for the Isaidit Show, sponsored by the famous Chicago Bridge magazine. Yo, 2020 been a hectic year for everybody. I've been blessed to still reach a few accomplishments, get a little bit of acknowledgement, and we're going into 2021 hungry and heavy. And we're going to discuss all that Wednesday, December 16th on the Isaidit Show. HFE, baby, who working like us.
Hey, yo, what up? This is Dead Wilder, music exec, music manager, entrepreneur. Shout out to the celebrity interviewer. Isaidit the Show, sponsored by the famous Chicago Bridge magazine. All right, prosper.
Hey love, it's Shy Love giving a Shy Love salute to the celebrity interviewer Isaidit the Show, sponsored by the famous Chicago Bridge magazine. Keep doing y'all thing. It's all love and Shy Love. Hugs.
What up, it's your boy Dave Tolliver from the legendary Minute Large, and right now you're checking out the celebrity interviewer Isaidit the Show, baby. Yeah, it's all being brought to you by Chicago Bridge magazine. Yeah.
What's happening? This your boy Cam Jones, man. Shout out to the celebrity interviewer Isaidit Show, sponsored by the world famous Chicago Bridge magazine. Y'all tap in. Dope content, dope interviews, and you might even see me on that song.
Absolutely, man. I want to salute every last one of you all for doing that, man. I'm really grateful. I'm more than humble. And anyone that like to send in, you know what I mean, any videos, please inbox me. Keep it under a minute, please. All I ask. And I promise I will continue to show it as this show continues, you know what I mean, until they try to cut me off from saying too much because I said it. You know what I'm talking about? So, man, I appreciate you, sir.
Oh
Mr.
yeah.
Shawn, Mr. Shawn Granberry, man, so much for being here. I want to salute you one last time, brother. And thank you so much for everything you've done for the community, done for me, and helped pave the way for me to be able to have this show that I have today, to have you as a celebrity guest, man. So thank you, brother.
I appreciate it, my brother. And like you said, I get it. I said it.
I said it,
Yeah.
man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
All right, brother. I appreciate it.
Much love, and thank you all, everyone that continue to stay around. You know what I mean, with us. You know what I mean. It's been a long interview, but it's been very spirit full of spirit, man, full of grace, full of man knowledge, full of information, full of just good positive vibes, energy. You know what I'm saying? It's what it's been. So I'm just grateful, and shout out to Mimi Mala. You know what I mean, out there in Florida too. You know what I'm saying? Two-time Stellar Award winning radio station, street Peace on the Streets. So, you know what I mean, she supports us too. So appreciate you. Much love, Queen. And man, just I'm grateful, man.
Thank
And
you, my brother. I appreciate it.
anything you need, brother, just let me know, please. I'll be
I'll
more than
be
happy.
reaching out. Don't worry. I'll be reaching out. Don't worry.
Thank you. Thank you. Peace and blessings.
All right. Appreciate it.
All
Peace.
right. Again, thank you all for tuning in today. And I'll close it out just like this. Okay, that was quick. I'll close it out just like this. Blessings.